Wally, R2-D2, C-3PO, Rover, and even the attitude-filled Bender from Futurama. Robots have captured the hearts and imaginations of generations, and now some of our sharpest young minds. 900 teams from 56 countries will converge in Dallas next week for the largest robotics contest in the world. Among them, a group of kids from Auckland's Lynfield College who have qualified for the championship. The team have built robots that will compete against others on the world stage. William Hooper and Sohail Asyaban head the teams, and they're in the studio with me. Good afternoon, gentlemen. And before we get into it, for the people who can hear us but not see what's going on, what is this contraption you have with you, please?
This is one of our other team's robots. Ours at the moment are packed, so we couldn't bring them because they're going to go to America tomorrow. So this is just the robot we've got. It's got 6 wheels, a couple of motors that drive the wheels, a brain that controls it all, and some cables that connect it. And we didn't bring the battery, but that's what would connect.
William, it looks like it's made kind of out of a Meccano set. If this was in full flight, what would it be able to do?
Do you want to
Yeah, I'd like to talk. Yeah. So we could split it into 2 basic parts. This thing right here that can pivot around and snatch little balls.
Right, so it's got a lever on it, and you say that could collect up items.
Collects balls and such. And then this thing is a drivetrain, so it's geared together.
It's kind of like got tractor wheels, sort of.
Yeah, basically. And it just spins around and lets you move. And depending on the wheels and how the gears are arranged, ratios, they can go at different speeds. And
so you can control this and make it go forward and back, and it can pick up items off the ground for you. Fantastic. So the robots that you have sent away ahead of you, where you're going to get to America, how are they different? What do they do?
They are quite different because the game's developed over time. We've had a year to make these robots. So they use a motorized intake, is what we call, instead of a pivot lever. And it picks up these triballs, so it's like a triangular shaped ball thing. And then in the last 30 seconds of the game, you have to hang off a bar, and certain elevations will give you different points.
So Hal, were you given a list of instructions or capabilities that your robot had to have in order to enter the contest?
to enter the contest, well, yeah, I think we should look at it from 2 points, right? We have a competitive robot and a robot that can play. A robot that can play, all it needs is a brain to, do the commands, a battery, a radio, and that's it. You don't even need to have a robot, really. But then that's not really a robot. A competitive robot would have drivetrain, a system to pick up pick up the balls and such, and do things fast and be the best, basically.
Okay, so when you say be the best, William, what do you reckon makes a winning robot?
Well, a key thing is actually a really good driver. So we need...
What's that for the people who know nothing about robots, please?
So it's sort of like a PS4 controller that we use, and then we have some...
Like a PlayStation 4 controller,
or
right?
Xbox
So
controller.
it's the hand control you're talking about to make it do the things.
We have one person designated as our driver who controls the robot during a 1:45 period of driver control. And they control the robot. They command it to do what it needs to do, and that's a really key thing for the robot. But obviously you need good subsystems like the thing that picks up the balls and the elevation thing.
How did you guys get so smart about building robots, Sohail?
Just the community around it and learning yourself. Because when you're doing it physically, you learn so much. With most robots, currently this season, is you want to be really, really fast. It's ridiculous. So it's so fast, in fact, it just burns out most of the motors.
So when you say so fast, you mean the robot you have built, when you remote control it, you want it to go like the wind?
As fast as you can go, yeah. So, this robot's not the fastest, but some robots get so fast that they're too heavy to just support the speed itself. And we learned how to build all these robots through just asking and talking with people from the US, from different countries. It's an amazing competition because everybody works together in some kind of way and everybody learns together.
Sohail, how old are you?
I'm 15.
William?
16.
Okay. What do you like about building robots?
It's actually the variety of designs and ideas people have for the same challenges. So there's obviously for the elevation thing at the end of the match, there's heaps of different ways that people try and accomplish this, and it's just really cool to see how everyone's ideas work and how they're so different and how they all work.
So simply put, when you go to the competition, you will have to, someone who's on the controller, you've got the lingo now, will have to make your robot do the things that they want, and will a judge be looking at another team with a robot to see how well their robot does the tasks as well?
Yeah, so we have a referee, and the referee looks after the games, and then whoever has the highest points at the end of the games wins the game. and then the referee determines who wins that by how many points.
So, how excited are you about this?
Extremely excited. I really love building robots, and I can't wait to go and meet everybody else who does the same thing.
Anna, our newsreader, we've been talking about this, about what kind of robot we would love if you could possibly, work on it in future years. Anna, what would you like your robot to be able to do?
Well, it
please?
was a toss between a robot that could clean my windows or do the supermarket shopping. You reckon you could come up with something?
Achievable, do you think, guys, over time?
It's achievable,
Yeah.
but it would need a new supermarket, I think.
Oh.
Okay,
Yeah.
what about a robot who could walk my dog?
Yeah, that would probably like a Roomba, I guess. But
Yeah.
with if you had a Roomba, just attach a lead to it and put some
Give it a
sensors
walk.
on it and stuff.
Maybe you could work on it over time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we could probably. try.
Fantastic. Hey, best of luck. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Hope we do good.
Wonderful to talk to you. Thank you both for coming into the studio, William Hooper and Sohail Asyaban, who are robot builders, believe it or not, at 15 and 16 years old, going to an international championship in Dallas. Wow, if only I had the brain power.